Hey, what is up, YouTube? So we have just come back from our first event. It was my first time playing the game. I watched a lot of how to play videos and just league matches streamed online for about 2 days. I am coming from playing Magic the Gathering and other MTGs, or other TCGs, I should say, like Flesh and Blood, Locrana, Hearthstone. So playing those games, I believe, kind of helped me out. But anyways, I took Sabine ran Yellow Heroic or Yellow Red, and I went 3-1. The only person I lost to was the person playing the exact same mirror, and he's been playing like 6-8 hours a day for the last 2 months on Tabletop Simulator, is what he said. So he just had way more experience than me and knew how to pilot the deck better. But besides that, I think if you have some experience from old TCGs or just watch some videos for a couple days, if you play this deck, I think you will do pretty well. If like at worst, maybe 2-2, like, or X and 2, like you just lose 2 matches. But yeah, this is a pretty good deck, and I made this without picking up any singles from just cracking packs, which I went through a lot actually. I probably opened, let's see, 7 booster boxes and 6 pre-release kits because I'm crazy. But most of this shell is pretty much commons, uncommons, so you could probably trade other TCGs or collectibles for the rares if you have enough locals playing the game. But anyway, let's go over the list real quick. So you'll see a single Greedo, and this is only here because I actually had not enough Leias. I should be running 3 Leias, but I'm running a Greedo until I could pull another one. But if you want to run the optimal list, you will not run Greedo. This is probably a sideboard card, and you'll run 3 Leias. So I'm going to put this aside here so you don't look at it. All right, so first up here we have 3 copies of Spec Force Soldier. It's a basic 2/2 body. When you play it, if for some reason you draw it in late game, you could just play it for its ETB effect or when played. So when played is like ETB in Magic the Gathering. You could make a unit lose Sentinel, which is like Taunt in Hearthstone. Sentinel means if a unit has Sentinel, you cannot attack the base until that unit dies. So this will get around that by just getting rid of that. You want to just push damage through. And after I lost the game against that other player who was really, really experienced, he told me don't even bother taking out their units. You're playing pretty much mono red aggro. You want to just go straight for the face. So just smash out damage into their base, except one time, and I'll tell you about one game I almost lost after I go through the list here. Okay, second choice here, you want 3 choppers. It's just a good 1-drop. A really good play turn 1 is maybe, let's say you have Leia Organa and Chopper in your hand. You play Leia for 2. When she ETBs or when played, ready a resource, which is untap a mana source, or exhaust. Both of these are actually pretty good. So I played a mirror match that I won, and he only had 1 big fat body. When I played Leia, I tapped it down or exhausted it, so he could not smack into me to win that damage race. So just tapping down his 1 big fat body really won me the game in that match. So anyway, turn 1, you could play Leia. You pay 2. You have 2 total, so you should have none. But when she ETBs, you untap or ready a resource, and then you play Chopper here. And it's just like a pretty sick combo. Chopper's just a nice little 1/3 beater, but he's really a 2/3 because he has raid 1. So when you attack, he gets +1/+0. But that's only if you have another Spectre unit, but there's actually a pretty large amount of Spectre units. Sabine's a Spectre, Ezra's a Spectre. So yeah, you got a nice selection of Spectres in the deck. So we'll put this aside. So it's just a nice little beater with effect that helps out a lot. I'll go over this after. Actually, we'll just go over it now. So we're running 2 copies of Rebel Assault, and I actually pulled 2 hyper foils as if they were talking to me and just knew I had to play mono red aggro. So yeah, so Rebel Assault, very good. It's pretty much you in this game you take turns. I attack, you attack, I attack, you attack, or I play a card, you play a card, or I play a card, you attack. Rebel Assault pumps 2 units with +1/+0, and you pretty much get to attack back to back. So this is very good if toward the end game you want to just smash in for 10 damage plus. This really catches your opponent off guard, because like let's say they're at 15 life or 15 damage and they have 10 life left. And they think they're safe. They're like, oh, he can't. He only has like two 4/4s. I'll be good at 2 life. And even if he attacks with 1, I'll kill the other one. You play this and you just nuke him. You just take him out the game. And this is crazy. A lot of people say if you draw this in your opening hand, you should play it as a resource. I went against that in my last match against Boba Fett. I kept this in my hand instead of resourcing it. And every turn I wanted to resource it because he kept killing my stuff. But it actually helped out. In the last turn, I was at 1 health and I had 2 people alive. And I played and he was like, there's no way you could win. And I played Rebel Assault to just smack in for, it was insane. Like it was like 18 damage. I had one of these guys alive, and we'll go over this card in a little bit too. All right, we already went over Leia. It's just a good card. I needed a third one to really increase those win numbers. All right, we have Sabine here. She is a 2/3 beater. She has that trigger on attack, deal 1 damage to defender or to base. And if you have 3 aspects, she can't be targeted, whatever. That's like a whatever ability. What we really care about though is that 2/3 body and her on attack trigger. Yeah, and she's a Spectre, so that really synergizes with Chopper. So I don't know, I'm not a pro, I'm just a little noob. I'm just trying to see how far I can go while being a noob, and apparently I did pretty well being a noob. So if I could do it, you could definitely do it. All right, so our third, second 2-drop, we have Lothal Insurgent. So 3/2 body. When played, if you played another card this phase, each opponent draws a card and then discards a card at random. This ability sounds like whatever, but it actually came into play a lot, and it's just luck based. It could do nothing for you, but for me and all my opponents, they discarded a card they needed. So that was insane. So like, let's say turn two, you have 3 resources. You play Leia for 2, you have 1 left. Her ETB ability readies a resource, so now you have 2 again. So you played her first, then you play Lothal, and it'll trigger Lothal's ability and make them draw and discard a card. So you could mess up their game plan. They could draw a 6-drop on turn 3, and you make them discard their only turn 3 play. Like, it's insane the disruption this card can do. But that does require you to have this into this, or you could play a 1-drop into that on turn 3. Okay, so over here we have Surprise Strike. This card's really good too. Attack with a unit, it gets +3/+0 for the attack. Just a really good pump. Just catch someone off guard. Like, let's say you have all your raid synergies out, you could swing for 8 or 10 damage or whatever. So yeah, that's all that is. Catches people off guard, pumps your little bodies. All right, so over here, Green Squadron A-Wing, just a very good card. It's a 1/3, but it's really just a 3/3 because you're always attacking. This is an aggro deck. You don't care about defense. If they're attacking your stuff, that's fine. They're wasting time doing that while you're smashing in for damage. The dream is to play this on turn 2, or turn 1, or turn 2, not later game really. So you're just trying to get air superiority. You want to play this, like I said, turn 1, turn 2, and you're just attacking for 3. So imagine that after turn 1, you're already attacking for 3 damage on turn 2. Insane. The dream is turn 1, play this, and then turn 2, play red 3, because red 3 will buff your other dudes. So that would make this attack for 4 on turn 2. Insane. Okay, so this card, I'm not sure about this card. People swear by this. Rogue Operative, 2/4 for 3. It's really a 4/4 for 3 with Saboteur. So Saboteur will get around Sentinel. But you're really playing it as a 4/4 beater. When I draw this, I usually am resourcing it. So I don't know about this. Is like a whatever card to me. When I draw it, I just wish I had a 1-drop or a 2-drop. So I need to play test a lot more. This was my first night playing the game, period. So yeah, I just need to play more against more decks. The only decks I played against tonight were Boba Fett and two matches of Boba Fett, 2 matches against the mirror match, but the other Sabine deck was red-green, so it was a little different. Okay, over here, this is actually one of my favorite cards. Love this card. Fleet Lieutenant, you play him, so you get a body and you get an effect. And the effect is you attack right away with a unit and it gets +2/+0. This is so good. Like if you have, let's say you get priority, on your turn, you play this for 3. It's a 3/3 body, which is not bad. And you pump some crappy chopper, let's say, or you pump a Greedo. He's now swinging for 5. You take out his strongest toughness or defense 5. Yeah, insane. Or you could just go for face, which is what you should always be doing, I guess. This is another really good card I like. Red 3 has raid 1, so it's 3/3 pretty much. So raid 1, I say 3/3 because you're always going to be attacking their base almost every time. But his ability gives other friendly heroic units raid 1. So +1/+0. Pretty good buffing, and it's an air vehicle, so it's in that lane that's really hard for other people to play in. Wing Leader is also another good one. 2/1 for 3, but when you play it, you give 2 experience tokens to another rebel unit. Experience tokens are just +1/+1, so you give +2/+2 to another unit. Really good. So you could even turn your crappy chopper into a 3/5. Like, people hate spending resources to kill a 1-drop in any game. This card, I'm not sure about. I know people say it's good, but so for 3, you play it in the air. It's a 3/4, and it's ready, but you can't attack right away. Your opponent has a chance to kill it. So you play it, you can attack on your next activation, but every regroup phase you pay 1 or you bounce this back to your hand. A strategy for this is you don't pay the 1, you return it to your hand, and it resets the damage. So maybe this is better as a late game card and I'm playing it wrong because I'm falling into the trap of playing it on turn 3, so maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And I should be using it as like a little late game haster. And then over here, Ezra Bridger. I'm not sure about this card, but the other Sabine player that won the tournament talked me into it. It's just it's a 3/4 for 3. When you attack with it, you look at the top card of your deck, play it, discard, or put it back on top. That's like scry with a draw. It's like scry, and then you can draw, I should say, which is always a good ability. And it's just a big fat butt to get rid of, and it's a 3/4 just attacking into the mirror match. Hard to get rid of in the mirror match, and just card advantage. So, but every time I play it, I feel like I'm behind, and I don't want this body. But that's just my experience. I have to just play more and see how I feel about it. Now, this card is insane. Just looking at this as an inexperienced player, I would have thought this was not good. But this is reveal top 4 cards of your deck. You don't even get to draw them, but you could scry. You could set them up in any order. But the insane part is that you deal 1 damage for each heroic card you have. That's your whole deck almost. So that's pretty much guaranteed 4 damage just to catch your opponent off guard and close out the game. So very, very good card here. We have General Dodonna. People run none or 2. I have 3 because I'm dumb. This is pretty cool because my prize pack, I pulled a extended art or Hyperspace card in this game. So this card's just like a lord. It pumps your other rebel units +1/+1. So it's just a nice turn 3. You could just drop this and pump everyone. So it's just kind of like a win more deck, I feel. Like he just keeps pushing damage forward. And this is a very good card. I like this because it has Overwhelm, so it's kind of like Trample. If you deal 5 damage in their defense 2, you'll still deal 2 damage to the base. But the ability is, for each opponent, choose 1, deal 3 damage to that player's base, or you can make them discard a card. The 3 damage is insane. It just helps you close out the game. So this deals 4 damage, they can kill it, and you still deal 3 to them. So it does something no matter what. My last opponent, the Boba Fett player, he just kept exhausting it to keep him tapped down, which was smart. because he didn't want to kill it and he didn't want me to attack. Okay, so here's the flex spots. I actually was playing 2 gorilla attack pods instead of 2 Ezras. And I don't know how I feel about this card because it's so expensive. I feel like playing aggro, you don't want to be playing a 6-drop, but this actually won me my last game because I got it to 4-6. I was playing against Boba Fett. He shot it for 2 damage, put it to 4 defense, and triggered his ability Grit. You get +1/+0 for each damage on him, so he was 6 power. And then I played Rebel Assault to give him another +1, and I attacked for the win. But it's besides that one anomaly, like I feel like it's too expensive. Like you shouldn't be playing a 6-drop. Like if I pulled this turn 1 or turn 2, I probably would resource it because it's so expensive. But I do see a lot of other players playing Gorilla Attack Pod, so I don't know. I'm gonna play test without it and see how I like the deck running with just a bunch of low drops. But yeah, that is the deck. Of course, I probably should have went over this first, but your leader is Sabine Wren. Her ability is just tap. I should probably switch it here. Her ability is pretty much just action, tap, deal 1 damage to both of you. That reminds me of Hunter aggro deck in Hearthstone. Very, very good. And I believe Sabine is the only leader who can come out on turn 3. So her epic action for free. So you can actually tap Sabine, deal 1 damage to both of you, and then on your next turn, do her epic action when you have 4 resources in play to just put her into play, readied, because all leaders enter readied, and then you just attack the base for 2 +1 for 3 total because of her on attack trigger. So yeah, and then your base is Jeddah City. I like this one because I feel like its epic action comes into play a lot more often. It will in the mirror match, you can -4 their big body, which I did in the mirror match. The opponent, what did he have? I think he had, yeah. I think he had this, yeah. He had a fat flying butt, and he just had air superiority. But I played -4, -0 on it to make him deal no damage, and that just set him behind so much because he couldn't attack in the air anymore, and that fat 3/4 dealing damage was helping him keep up pace in the mirror match. Or if you're playing against just mid-range, you could put that on their big fat creature to stop attacking, or big fat unit to make them stop attacking your board. So, and keep your white weenies alive. So yeah, that was the deck. I'm really happy with it. I just need 1 more Leia. I'm really set on pulling it, so I'm not gonna buy one unless it's like thrown at me for free. I'm gonna try to pull it from a promo pack. But yeah, that's the deck. I like how it is. I'm gonna try it without the Gorilla Attack Pods. My next event I can make is in like 2 weeks, so I got a little while till it starts. Maybe I should just buy the Leia at that point, actually, because what's like $2? The Leia from the starter deck is like $2. All right, so that's the deck. Let's open our prize packs and see what we pull. I decided I'm gonna sell all my Vaders and Boba Fetts. If you've been watching my pack opening videos, I actually opened 4 Boba Fetts and 1 Vader. So they're going for $50 to $60 each. I feel like I should just sell them and buy a showcase Sabine so I could play this deck the way it deserves to be played. Okay, so let's open these packs. Let's see if we won another Vader to get. So we got a showcase IG-88. Oh, it was upside down. Our rare is Bombing Run and Partisan Insurgent for the foil. Ooh, talking about Sabine. She's all, I heard you guys talking smack. Okay, I guess I should save the uncommons too. Oh, we got a Saw Gerrera as our rare, and then we have a 5th brother as uncommon foil. I should probably, yeah, save the uncommons. We'll get the uncommons out of here because I'm bad. Boba Fett. We got a System Patrol Craft full art. We got a 97th Legion full art. Wait, what's going on here? It's 2 uncommons, full art. Jabba the Hutt rare, and a Cloud City Wingguard. Oh, these are my uncommons. I guess I should save those. Right. Uncommons here. Ooh, legendary. We got a Oh, let's go. We got a Devastator and a Force Lightning foil. All right, last pack here. We got a Capital City. All right, we got a rare Tarkentown and a Tactical Advantage. Okay. All right, so those are my prize packs. Not bad, got some cool cards. All right, hopefully your guys' events went well, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.